Why though? Is it because white man's the enemy?
But we exist in a current slavery, a mental slavery that is far greater and far more oppressive than we could ever imagine.
Hey, yo, man.
I think this comes from mainly the 1990s with the music industry. Black people flashing a bunch of money, living a lifestyle that they'll never live, and celebrating like it's a wedding. And really, it is.
That's crazy. That kid in the suit, bro, he died for flashing that money. Like, bro, straight up niggas came out there and took his life. Why? Because, well, like you said, there's many type of black people, and the niggers and the niggas got to that one. It's a sad reality out here, but he is not wrong on how he categorized black people.
Wedding. It's a wedding to mediocrity. We also have to talk about the significant level of Jewish influence in hip hop. They understand that there is a problem racially in this country, that there's always going to be a difference between blacks and whites. And I think historically, the last 100 years, they have used the racial conditions of this country in order to gain more and more power. The Civil Rights Movement is a prime example of that.
Why is that? Why is this so common?
Like I said, the government benefits.
You think the government benefits from this?
Oh, 1,000%.
How?
Rosa Parks, that was an entire event orchestrated by the NAACP. That's the original hoax, racial hoaxes.
I wonder how serious people like you are to cause change versus actually be shock jock.
I don't have any fear in what I'm saying because I know I'm right.
But hear me out for a second. We're very well communicated. All we're doing is talking about the bad.
I know that having this conversation on being aggressive and combating this culture that is destructive to our future, to our survival, is necessary.
Chicago.
Black people will have me on because it's going to be an honest conversation about where we're going.
Oh, they'll have you on after this.
I'm hoping that they will.
Yeah. Breakfast Club, hopefully first.
Andre Williams, how you doing?
I'm doing all right, Patrick. How about you?
Very good. Thanks for coming down. I know we saw some of your content. What's it called? It's called Soft White Underbelly YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And you say some controversial, some
Shout out to Soft White Underbelly. Wait, that's not his YouTube channel, but he was on that YouTube channel and it went viral. But yeah, shout out to Soft White Underbelly.
bold things. It may not be controversial to you, but it gets some reaction from people.
It does. It does.
Okay, so walk me through before we get into it and get into your story and a bunch of different ideas and thoughts that you have, stories that you have. What does Black fatigue mean to you?
Well, Black fatigue means to me, it's a collective tiredness of the culture, the condition, the behavior of Black people currently today. We're seeing so much crime, so much instability. We're seeing the teen takeovers across the country. Yeah. And mainly, when we look at Black fatigue, this is something that Black people have to deal with at the end of the day. It affects every other community across the country. But
yeah, it's kind of funny. Like Black fatigue came out of the Black community, but you know, other races started adopting it. But really, it was like, you know, well, the well-to-do Black man's plight, the well-to-do Black man and Black woman's plight against our own community, going like, yo, I ain't gonna lie, we're getting kind of tired of you niggas. Like y'all loud, y'all obnoxious. It's like y'all really aren't the most respectable people. Y'all don't respect nobody but the ignorance that y'all promote. Nothing. Y'all don't respect nothing but the ignorance that y'all promote. So it's like, yeah, we're getting kind of tired of this. And then here's the thing: you make us look bad. You know that you guys are literally the stereotypical Black people. AKA, when people think about Black people, they think about your ignorant nigga ass. Like it's irritating. It kind of kills me how they are the image of Black people instead of well-to-do Black people like me or him. Trust me, if the image of the Black community was me or him, I'd much prefer it to be him. We'd be in a lot better place right now. I'll be real with you.
The crime and instability, the first people that has to deal with that, Black people. Look at the predominantly Black cities. I come from Detroit. Look at Chicago, Baltimore. Look, name any city that has a majority Black population. It's aggressive to live there. And the Black people who are doing well, guess what they do? They have to leave the community. They have to walk away from the community because they can't not exist in this.
Bro, it's kind of funny because they talk about, oh, we need more successful Black people around, but you push those successful Black people out. Y'all call them Uncle Toms. And then, bro, God forbid a rich Black person stay around. Y'all gonna sit there and rob this man, rob his kids, rob his house, rob his car. I mean, bro, like we leech off those who are successful in our community. And that's like the worst part about us. Like, how can we sit there and never build generational wealth when we leech off those who are actually building wealth?
Unstable and chaotic.
I mean, if you want to I want me to give you a good example. All right, cool. Go ask the Black NBA basketball players how their family doing them right now. And there you go.
Chaotic environment. So That's pretty much black fatigue to me.
And one of the things you normally talk about is the 4 different types of blacks. Maybe it's good for the audience if they haven't heard it. What you call, I can't say it. You can say
Well,
it.
you can say it, but
I want you to say it.
anybody can say it. And I love that video. I made that video, the 4 different types of black Americans. Originally, I made it on TikTok. And this is on I think my first or second TikTok. I've had 7. They've been all banned. I've been demonetized everywhere.
On TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah. I can't even go on TikTok and post anymore. So I make the video on TikTok. It got about 1 million
Well, I'm damn near in the same club.
views. It was 3 minutes long. And for a while, I've been neglecting to do the YouTube stuff. Get on YouTube. I've been mainly doing short form content for about 1.5 years. So I decided, you know what? Let's turn this into a YouTube video. 5 minutes long. I post it on YouTube. Gets about 500,000 views. Then Soft White Underbelly, they reach out to me. It's like, we want to talk about this further. So I reach out to them and it gets another 500,000 views. But the channel that I posted it on gets banned. And this is, a reoccurring thing. I'm constantly getting banned, constantly getting deplatformed. But the 4 different types of black Americans, and I don't know if I can be uncensored. Can I be uncensored?
Go for it. Yes, go for it.
Blacks, Negroes, niggas, and niggers. And it's a hierarchy in the community.
Okay.
Yeah.
You got black people, hardworking, honest. They know exactly what they want. They know exactly where they're going to go. They represent something perfect, maybe not too perfect, but an aim for perfection.
Yeah, here's the thing. We're the good examples in the community, but sadly, we're not the leaders of this community. And that's just the terrible reality that we're dealing with. It's like, yes, black people, we are the best role models in our community, but we are not the leaders of our community. The leaders of our communities are the niggas. And trust me, he's going to explain it pretty well.
You've got the house Negro. Now, people love to say that's me because I'm saying white people talking points or I'm upholding white supremacy or something ridiculous. The modern day house Negro is both Democrat and Republican. They work in the establishment. They profit off of the culture of chaos, the music. If they're Democrat, they'll sit back and defend the nigga behavior. If they're a black Republican, they don't live commonly in the black areas. They're completely.
Let me give you a great example. Now, the black guy that stabbed that white girl, it was a bunch of black judges that pretty much gave him constant chances on letting him back out in on the street, even though his own family members pretty much say, no, keep his ass in jail. They're the ones who let him back out. Like, that's the best example right there.
Segregated from the.
Think about it, though, because of that man's action, that got put on all of us. That got put on all of us, guys. They all not all of them thinking that we out here trying to stab white women. The unreasonable ones, of course, and I don't really care too much about them, but let's be real, the ideology or the way they're thinking is starting to spread. And I hate that. But like I said, the bad apples, they get put on all of us.
Black era, which is fine in their own right, but they act as if they're the alternative, but they're unrelatable. They don't really represent the common black mindset. They represent an alternative world, the running away, this nomadic, I'm going to go and live somewhere else instead of living in the community. That's a big problem I have with a lot of the black conservative, black Republicans. And I would say they're very pro-Israel as well. There's a problem.
Same. I say the black conservatives will do way more justice if they take their suit wearing ass and walk around the hood like that. Live in the hood, build a house in the hood. You got the money to. And I don't know, run programs in the hood with the black children that you want to change. Don't run off with the white people thinking that you're doing something. You're not. Stay around here in the hood with the black children where they can see you, they can reach you. You could be something inspirational. I mean, do that instead of running off with the white people. And if that's what you want to do, okay, sure, great. But I'm be real with you, dog. You could be doing more for your people. And if you don't care, that's on you. But personally, me, I do. Personally.
With me as well, I have with these people. The third is niggas, which represents the majority of the population of the black community, unfortunately.
Yep.
Niggas are loud. Niggas are very aggressive, hostile to even other black people. These are the people who bring down the name and our image as a people every day. Mm-hmm. And I would say niggers are the ones who are violent, the criminals, the killers, the murderers, the drug dealers in our community that promote a very chaotic and destructive environment for black children, black women, black men, the black family, and black people as a whole.
So how does each one...
You want me to explain, well, the N-word with the hard R, the nigger, bro. I mean, that's like basically a YN, or back in my day, those are just the gangbangers outright. That's all they do is rob, just sell drugs, do drugs. I mean, mess around with the girls and take them out on wild, do drinking and doing drugs. It's like they just do fuck shit, bro. I mean, every party they go to turns into a shootout, bro. It's like, and it's the same motherfuckers every time, dog. You see these people walk into the party, man, you walk out. Why? Because last 2 times they walked into the party, a shootout happened. That's why. Bro, being black is tough. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You can't even go to a house party like normal people who do. Like, bro, I go to a white house party, no shooting. Hispanic house party, African house party, no shooting. Black American house party, bro, they lighten that shit up.
Fall into that category. And what patterns have you seen, in your opinion, where this behavior leads to this behavior, and that's why they're in this community? How does that happen?
So the pattern, black man, like I said, very honest. You can find a black person that is very hardworking, consistent in what they're doing. They mean well. And it's not they're trying to fit in with white people or what. It's more of I'm working hard to maintain my family, maintain my area, to really build myself up as an individual, to be an outstanding representative of my community that I come from.
Yeah, low key. I be trying to relate to the other races. Like, dog, just like y'all, I just want to work hard, protect my family, provide for my family, and be left the F alone like y'all. Like, that's really what we want. Like, most of us. But like I said, the worst of us who want to get involved in everybody's business is promoted.
The House Negro, you can see him in politics. What's the mayor of Chicago, Johnson? You know, that's the House Negro. He'll sit back and defend a lot of the nigga behavior within the city. He talks about
mayor of Chicago and all that crime and shooting that's going down in Chicago. This man does nothing about the Venezuelan immigrants that came down and kicked in project doors. Yep, he did nothing about that. So yeah, this is what we mean by house Negroes, or basically niggas. And trust me, he's the worst of them. Like, bro, Chicago of all places, you know how much black kids are dying in Chicago, innocent people, not even gang members, just getting caught up in Chicago and their violence and gang violence mostly. And he just sits there and don't do a damn thing about it. And not only doesn't do a damn thing about it, but he bring a whole nother gang in, a gang of Venezuelans.
Teen takeovers. Oh, you know, we need to sit back and be soft on these people. No, we don't. We need to be harsh because they're the ones who are ruining the black areas. We can't have things open in our community because of these people. The people defend.
I'm with him. I ain't gonna lie. Guys like Brandon Johnson, look, guys, this is gonna sound harsh, but guys like him, dog, I ain't gonna lie. He needs to be, I ain't gonna say public. It needs to be some type of public embarrassment for guys like them. Public embarrassment, guys, like tarred and feather type of ordeal. Like, he needs to be publicly shamed for what he's allowed to our people.
People like Carmelo Anthony, or a lot of the people who came up underneath Trayvon Martin's case, Ben Crump, a civil rights attorney, that sat back and pushed this narrative that Trayvon Martin was, you know, this innocent child. Really, it wasn't. The people pushing people like George Floyd and so on. That's the House Negro. Yep. And I also would say a lot of the black conservatives as well that are very pro-Israel, pro-establishment. They think that voting Republican is going to change the outcome of the black community. It isn't. This is a culture.
The funny thing is, like, when, you know, the other side call people like me, you know, Uncle Tom or House Negro, bro, they don't even understand that they're their Uncle Toms. They're their House Negroes in the definition that they use it in. And remember, like, in the definition that they use it in, they call it as pretty much an enemy of the black community or a detriment to the black community. And I'm like, bro, if that's your definition of it, then that's you guys. Your message is a detriment to the black community. Your message is destroying the black community. It's causing division in the black community. Y'all are the House Negroes. Y'all are the Uncle Toms by y'all own definition.
Problem. This is a racial problem. This is not a political party problem. And there's no political solution that can change the outcome. We have to do some self-reflection. The nigga, it's the people you see on the street corner, people that sit out at the gas stations, the people who are very
How did
loud.
They get there, though?
How did they get there?
Yeah. How does each one get there? That's
how does one get there?
Yes.
Okay, that's the real question.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
So I would say we talk about the final two. We'll talk about the third one. The House Negro, politics, money, profiting off of black pain, and also trying to profit off of being, I'm one of the good blacks, or I'm one of the different ones. It's a big problem as well.
Give me a name. Who do you think about when you say that? Because you said on the second one is Johnson from Chicago, the mayor.
Oh, I'll give you a big one. Brandon Tatum. I don't know if you're familiar with Brandon Tatum.
I am. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of him at all.
Really?
No.
Tell me why.
The reason being is that he's a country boy.
Okay.
And there's nothing wrong with being a country boy. Don't get me wrong. I met a lot of great country boys. But is he relatable to me? Can I relate to this guy? I really can't. I can't relate to him. We vote the same. We have the same political opinions when it comes to maybe voting. But what I want, the end goal, the end result is completely different. He's in it for the money. He's in it for the clicks, the attention. I don't think there's anything good coming from him. And then also, I would say he's very pro-establishment, pro-Republican Party, which is
You ever met him? Have you spoken
I've
to him?
never met. I would love to meet him. I would love to
He's a
debate
pretty
him as
good
well.
guy. I think it'd be a good conversation.
Yeah, I think he's a good guy. Let me say this. I think he's a good person.
You
But I'm
just
talking
don't
about
agree with his views.
Oh, no, I don't think that he's genuine. And I stand on it. I think there's a lot of people in this scene right now, especially on the right, that are black, that are doing this simply for the money and the attention.
Yeah, I would say I agree with Brandon Tatum on 80% things, and maybe it's going to be foreign policy where me and him butt heads on, but that'd probably be mainly it. It would just be foreign policy.
Coming at this, I'm doing it because I want change. And I come from this community. You know, I've been banned and deplatformed on all these platforms. I make pennies if I'm on a platform. You know, I'm limited on YouTube, Facebook. They've limited my reach. Instagram, I've been banned 3 times. I've had 300K accounts, limited my reach every time. I'm not doing this for the dollar bills. These people on the right and on the left are mainly doing this for the sake of money. The black conservative does it for the attention of the boomer white conservative to get their attention. And the black liberal does it for the niggas in the community. It's about
and they tie themselves to those audiences, and they don't ever let go, and they don't ever go outside of what those audience want them to say. And that's why I always say they're like controlled oppositions by their own audience. And if they know if they go outside of that, they lose their entire platform. Even like Brandon Tatum knows that. And it's kind of crazy. It's like they know they don't have an audience of, well, sadly, free thinkers. So they know that, well, if I go outside of this, well, they're going to go to the next MAGA influencer and just leave me in the dust. And I mean, that's what a lot of these big MAGA influencers got to deal with. I guess us guys on the smaller side, it's a little bit different. Like our whole foundation isn't built on that, but theirs is. And shout out to my man User. I think people are entirely products of their environment. So where do I go from there? I mean, bro, here's the thing. You're right. People are products of their environment, but not all the way through, though, because your environment could either, harden you or soften you. It could, bro, it can enlighten you or it can make you a dumbass. So it all depends on you as a person altogether. It's like, bro, 2 people can grow out the hood and one could become the president. The other one could become a drug dealer. It's just, and they can come out the same hood, same circumstances, all that good stuff. So you're right. You are a product of your environment. But it all depends on what you do as a person in that environment. That's why we do always got to bring up the whole individuality point. Because, two separate people is going to take 2 separate paths, even though they grew up in the same environment and under the same circumstances.
I can say,
hold on now. I do got to give you your celebration, man. Appreciate the support, my man. Shout out to my man User.
Of you, vote for me to keep me in power so I can embezzle money, so I can steal money, so I can sit back and do not the job that you're asking me to do, but to empower, enrich myself and enrich my friends. And that's the problem that we're having right now. So that's the path of the house Negro. With the nigga, this is a condition of a culture being built. And I think this comes from mainly the 1990s with the music industry, with a lot of the promoting of this, we need to have these unstable households because there's profit in it by giving these government checks, giving government benefits. Instead of building something of value, we've traded this for building despondency, indolence, just waiting for someone to give us a handout. I think really this comes back to the civil rights movement with the mindset of MLK.
Man, fuck wait, man. We feel entitled to a handout. That's the worst part about it.
We want to integrate. I don't think we should sit back and push for integration. I think integration was probably the worst thing that we did for the black community. I'm more of the mindset of Malcolm X.
Yeah, and I say this as well, and not because I'm racist. I say this just because, well, it would kept the well-to-do blacks or the rich blacks in the black neighborhoods instead of them going to the white neighborhoods because of segregation. So basically, we had segregations. We'd have all these good examples of black men and black women and black families living around the bad examples, and hopefully the good example will rub off on the bad examples. Maybe your kid instead is going to be more inspired seeing an engineer out instead of seeing a drug dealer out on the block. You feel me? Of course you do.
Now, Malcolm X being a Muslim and a Marxist, I disagree with that a lot. But what he represented was black men, go build your own, make your own, do for yourself. Don't ask to sit on the bus or sit at the table. Make your own. Now, someone black will respond to that and say, well, Well, they burn down all our stuff. They'll go back and dig something out of the
bro. I hate that argument too. When I sit there and say, dog, like, look what I'm doing. I'm building my own platform. Like, why can't you? Oh, well, what if YouTube tears you down? That's the white man. I'm just like, okay, well, then I'm gonna do on Rumble, Kick. It don't matter, dog. Don't let nobody stop you. I mean, the problem is you guys sound so fucking defeated. Well, they burned it down. Okay, we'll try again. Well, and they burned it down again. Then what? Then do it again, nigga. Like the hell you want me to say? If they burn it down, do the shit again. And you're gonna keep doing it again. Why? Because quitting don't get you nothing. Like, what else? What else option you got? You're gonna build that shit till you get tired, I guess, or build that shit to the end of time. But either way, you just can't quit.
I would say, niggas love to dig deep in the ass of history to pull out an example of why they're doing bad here in the present and make that as an excuse to continue to do wrong. I'm not looking for that.
Tell me more.
What I mean by that is they'll bring out, Black Wall Street. They'll bring up slavery. They'll bring up Jim Crow. And these things happen. Like, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's a historical fact that these things happen.
Yep.
But am I going to use that as an excuse not to do right today? Am I going to use this as a crutch to stand on and say, the reason for why we're doing bad, the reason for why we have all this killing and all this instability is because something that happened 200 years ago? There are many people in this country that have come from war-torn countries, conflicts that have happened in the last 20 years, the last 50 years, that have had far greater effects, and they're doing fantastic.
Yep.
But Black people have been in this country for about 400 years. My family's been here close to 300 years. And we're still in the same condition because we want to be.
And here's the thing, when you throw that in their face, it's such an obvious fact now to get defensive over it. It gets down to a point where they start insulting, your country that your parents came from and all this good stuff. And like, oh, you just came here. And I'm like, yeah, I know. That's the problem. My people just came here and were outperforming yours. Your family been here since slavery. My family came here parts of my family been here since slavery, but the other side ain't come here until what? Maybe the 60s. So, you're telling me my family been here shorter than y'all's in the most prosperous country in the world, and we're more further ahead? Like, doesn't that tell you something that maybe you might want to take notes here? Because apparently the formula ain't doing so well. Your family formula is not giving you any fruits. Okay, bro, maybe you need some help, and we're willing to give it to you, but don't be a dick.
End of the day,
don't go insulting my parents' country or any other country because you're not doing well in your own.
And because we have leaders in our community that profit off of us staying in this position. It's a big problem that we have.
Profiting from you staying in that position.
Yeah. A lot of the Black politicians, they want, think of the industry of
profiting or continuously winning elections because they own the Black vote.
But they still profit from that, the money that comes from it.
How do they profit from it?
In terms of the businesses they run, the energy that comes with making the movies, the music, the investments they get, all of this, keeping Black.
Any question, comments, jokes, disagreements, feel free to super chat it in or send in a Venmo. That gets us closer to the call in line. We can have some of you guys up here for your thoughts and opinions. But all right, guys, let's keep it going.
Black people in this position of thinking that we're the victims when we shouldn't have to sit back and look at ourselves as victims. Me as a Black American, as an American Black, I would say I'm in a very great position. I live in the United States.
Yep.
Slavery was bad. Slavery was a common practice all over the world. I'm glad my ancestors got on that slave ship. I'm glad that my ancestors came over here because I exist today because of that. It's an unfortunate beginning, but just because our beginnings are unfortunate does not mean that our end result and our present can be unfortunate. It's what we do. It's not, my grandfather will always say this. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Something that's very important to me. And a lot of the Black politicians, rather than focusing on what we need to do to go forward, we cry and complain about the past and make that a reason to do nothing today to go forward in the future. We can't exist like that. We can't go forward.
How'd you get this mindset? Who shaped your mind? You speak about your grandfather a lot.
I do.
So what are some ways he shaped your mindset?
We would talk every day. My father was killed a few months before I was born. Engaged to my mother and everything. Grandfather loved him.
In Detroit?
In Detroit, yeah. Right down the street.
Damn.
Right down the street in the same neighborhood.
Wow.
Yeah, it's life. Such is life. But I'm here.
Was he was he causing trouble, or he was a bystander that?
Good man, was killed, murdered. And a very unfortunate situation. I'm here because of the excellence of my parents. But, this unfortunate beginning, as I said, did not define me. Didn't, push me in this direction to and in the direction of, being involved in crime or being involved in this instability. Had great parents. Something unfortunate happened, but we didn't sit back and cry about it. We did something